Okay, so 18, which of the following will be classified as dependent samples? So I think I would need to define independent samples and dependent samples. Okay, so independent samples, to be an independent sample, let's say subjects selected for one sample have no effect on subjects. We're talking about two samples here, selected for the other sample. And for dependent samples, subjects selected for one sample have an effect. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. So let's go through each of these 5 situations and determine which ones are independent and which ones are dependent. So for the weights of identical twins, I'll draw a little picture here. And each of these circles, the colored circles, represent a set of twins. Okay, so we've got a few sets of twins there. So let's say the first twin I select is this one. When I go back in to select the second sample, can I pick any child here, or am I restricted? Of course I'm restricted, because if I'm picking identical twins, I've got to make sure I pick the other twin, or else I won't be measuring what I want to measure. So the subject selected for the first sample definitely has an effect on the subject selected for the second sample. So this is dependent. Okay. Let me erase this. Now let's say I'm talking about the second one. Effects of a drug on tumor size of 2 different groups of people measured by a before and after test. Here's the key term. Before and after. What that means is I'm testing one person. I'm testing them on their tumor size before they take the drug. And then I have to test that same person after they take the drug. Now I'm using 2 different groups of people, but when I choose a person for the before test, I have to choose that same person for the after test. So when you're choosing the same person, when you're doing before and after, dependent. Now look at 3, the effectiveness of 2 different brands of antacid on 2 different groups of people. So the antacid brands are different and the people are different. So because I'm doing different with different, that's independent. Anytime I talk about the same something, dependent. So again, 2 different training programs, 2 different groups of individuals, independent. Test scores of the same students in statistics and art. If I choose one student for statistics, I have to choose that same student for art. Dependent. That's the difference. So before and after, same student, repeated doing something time and time again, that's all dependent language.